Another hard-fought game last night, Jermaine, from your Giants, but another L, 2-6 now on the season. How would you rate your team's performance last night, Monday night in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to, try and get wins out of losses like that. So we lost. I give it a 1 out of 10, honestly. Yeah, we fought hard and stuff, but we didn't get the W, and that's what that matters at the end of the day.
What happened specifically, Jermaine, on that play? You guys had a chance down the stretch. It looked like you were isolated there on Watt, who's just an absolute beast. You had your hands full all night with him, and I guess it was supposed to be some help on that play. Can you explain what happened on the strip sack there down the stretch?
Yeah, it was just miscommunication. When the bullets were flying like that, it's in a hostile environment like that, and the quarterback has on his plate. We all do. Just a simple miscommunication, and so I was expecting one thing, but also me being the tackle I know I am and the player I want to become, I need to be able to make adjustments on the fly like that and realize things quicker,
Yeah.
If I'm expecting a chip and I don't get that, even against TJ Watt, I need to be able to adjust to that. And, it was a crappy set expecting help, but still I need to be able to adjust to that somehow. And, it's going to be dirty and grimy and it's going to be ugly, but if I can just get DJ around, the quarterback and try and get DJ to step up, then, we're not having this conversation right now, most likely. But, yeah, I mean, it's football. Things happen, especially when you're going against guys like that.
Yeah. And by the way, what makes him such a beast, characteristic-wise?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. That's really what I have to say about that. I'm not going to sit here and freaking, hype him up when you can go watch the tape and see what he did all night. He didn't do anything for 3.5 quarters, and he had one impact play. So, like I said, I'm confident. I said last week I want to be on the island with him. I wasn't on the island with him for the majority of the game.
Yeah. And
he didn't do a damn thing. So, I'm not going to sit here and freaking sing his praises. I'm not like that, and I never will be.
I respect that. All right, so listen, Jermaine Eluemunor, BT and Sal here on the Fan. Let me push this forward a little bit. Big picture. Now, one of the things as pros that you guys have to do is you have to live in the moment. One of the things that we do, as broadcasters, kind of push things forward. We can, because if we trip, it doesn't really matter. We're not playing. So we can look at the standings and the wild card and this and that. How do you guys now, 2-6, and a couple of tough losses, a couple of really tight ones, how do you guys not worry about winning 3 games in one day? Is that a tough juggle?
I think that as a pro and me being in this league as long as I've been here and not being around a couple of winning teams and there were some really great ones and some really great players, I think the thing is you can just focus on the day at hand. I can't focus on tomorrow. I can't think about yesterday. I can't think about Sunday right now. All I can think about is Tuesday and how I can have the best Tuesday. And so, if I do that and I maximize my day like that, then I'll be ready come Sunday.
The record, Jermaine, BT and Sal talking with Jermaine Eluemunor, the record is obviously not good, but I feel like you're better than the record. At some point, though, you guys have been in these close games. At some point, you got to start getting some dubs here. How frustrating is it when maybe you feel like you've played better than your record is overall?
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at the teams we played just as an offense, there's really only been 2 teams where we really didn't have as much production as we wanted, and that was the Eagles and the Vikings. And we kind of just beat ourselves up in those games because we just didn't stick to our game plan and, set things up the way we did against the other 6 teams, So, like I said, I'm not in this to have little these little petty wins and look at these, we did this positively and all that, and then they lost. But, the biggest thing is just trying to see what you did wrong and fix it for the next week. But I think we saw that, this team can be a pretty damn good team as long as we just keep doing what we need to do and not kind of shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's closer, again, than the record says, but unfortunately the record is what it is. How about Van Roten after the game, Jermaine? What did he have to say to you guys trying to keep this thing together?
Yeah, I mean, GV is an old vet. He's been doing this longer than some of us has been born. GV is an older guy. He's been around the league for a while. He's been on some really good teams, and he's a really experienced person. And so, he just told us we could start by, kicking ourselves in the freaking ankle. all the little penalties, obviously, I had a couple. One of them, I'll take every time. I'm not going to let TJ get free on the quarterback like that. It was a nice inside move, so I'll take a horn call, But the little full start, things happen on the road like that, but it's unacceptable. Just little unacceptable things like that, like with behind the sticks too much. And we still had a shot to win the game. And then at the end of the game, which was, predicament that our defense helped us put us in. And, on offense, Tracy was running the ball really good. We were running the ball and they're really good. And that was the second-ranked defense against the run. So, like I said, if we can do what we want to do on offense as long as we stick to the game plan and really, keep them guessing instead of just trying to be one-dimensional, because there's no offense in the NFL that can be one-dimensional and win games.
Certainly not consistently winning games. Jermaine Eluemunor, BT and Sound on the Fan. So I think the first time we had you on was about 2 months ago or so, and you were a fairly new New York Giant. I think you've represented the locker room well. I think you're a smart guy. I think you're an accountable guy. And I think you're perfect to tell Giant fans why this team, forget about schematics, why this team has the character and the heart to pull out of this season moving forward. Why?
Yeah, I think that a lot of teams, given the way things have gone for us this year, we've had a lot of tight losses. The Bengals, the Commanders, the Cowboys, and now the Steelers. I'm not one to say we could even be 6-2, but that's just how the NFL is. And so I think every single week you see this team fighting over the other years where maybe some people may have just kicked in the bucket. There's never going to be a game that we're not giving everything we have. And I can tell y'all from a me standpoint, there's never going to be a game where I'm not giving everything I have. And you'll never have to worry about that with me or the offensive line or really any of the 22 starters on offense or defense. And so, does it suck losing? Yeah, but to go into Pittsburgh on Monday night and to take that to the wire, and if we're being honest, if they didn't have that punt return, I'm sure it would have been a completely different game. It's the Adam Bell. And so, things like that happen, and you have to be able to adjust to that. But like I said, the fight on this team is contagious, and the intent on this team, you can definitely see that people want to win, and everyone's trying to do everything they can to win. There's a lot of people who are beat up, including myself, but, that's not going to stop me from going out there Sunday and Monday, and I can say that for a lot of guys out there. So, like I said, we're not going to throw in the bucket. We're not going to freaking, feel sorry for ourselves. We're going to go out there against Washington and try to get that win, to get the 3-6 and shoot, see what happens, and then play the Panthers, then have a bye, and then refresh and just try and go on a freaking run.
Yeah, there is still a path here for you guys, as you say, Jermaine, to go on a freaking run. It's just got to start turning around for you guys. One thing that I saw last night that I don't remember seeing at all in his 6 years, Daniel Jones visibly frustrated during that 2-point conversion or after the failed 2-point conversion. Can you explain what went on a little bit on that? Was it just a botched play? What happened exactly on the 2-point conversion?
Yeah, it's a play we've practiced a couple times in different variations, but when the bullets are flying like that, DJ just really wants to win at the end of the day. He's sick and tired of losing too. He knows what type of QB he can be and what type of player he is, and given the time he needs, he can dice people up and do what he needs to do to help win the game. But he's just sick and tired of losing too, and I think that's the emotion of 6 years of having a good year here or not doing good here, and just constantly just. I think mediocrity brings the best out of people at the end of the day, and I say that because no one wants to be mediocre, and there comes a point in time where you're just like, enough's enough. Like, we got to get this figured out, and we don't understand that everything's on the line. Like, we're in New York, it's the biggest media market in the country, one of the biggest in the world, honestly, and so, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, and you have to be built different in order to play in this market, which I'm learning, and I always sound built different, so I'm able to handle this. But he's an emotional guy, but he's also the leader, and he also wants the best for this team, and so he is starting to get that now, and I think that it's only going to be better because of that. I feel like sometimes you have to go through little losses like that in order to really put this thing together and really go on a run. And there's no team in the NFL we can't play with. Now it's just about getting the win.
And then how about this next game as we look forward here, Jermaine? You talked about it. I mean, not only is it a home game, and you guys haven't been very good in front of the home crowd at Giants Stadium or MetLife Stadium, but also a division game. And you guys have also struggled in the division. How about the importance of this game coming up on Sunday here to trying to take care of business against the Commanders team, who's been a very good team this year?
Yeah, I think that one win can change a season. I've always believed that, and I'm going to stick to that. One win can change a season, and like I said, 2-6 sucks, but we're not out of it just yet. And you have to truly believe in what I'm saying or what Dave says to really stick with it. Because I know it's rough right now, especially being a fan. And trust me, I'm a player, and this sucks. But in order to get through this, we need to keep fighting, keep working, and like I said, no one's going to freaking give up and kick in the bucket. Like, we're going to go back there on Wednesday and start working again to see what we need to do to beat Washington, and then go to Germany, beat Carolina, then we're 4-6 with 7 games left. See what happens.
Thank you so much, Jermaine, for your time. We appreciate it. Good luck on Sunday.
Of course, appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
you got it, buddy.
I do love his attitude.
Me too.
It sucks that they're 2-6. He deserves better, and I really do think they deserve better. It's a couple of bad decisions, couple of bad plays, maybe some bad luck. Last night it should have been a penalty called on that kick return. It was not. Now again, it's not that. And I think it's actually, to Jermaine's point, a good thing that Jones was frustrated. Like, we need to see.
It's about time we see, but it's good. I think Giant fans need that. I think it's too late. I don't think.
I know. Well,
listen, we love Jermaine. It doesn't change our opinion on Daniel Jones. He's not the quarterback on the team next year. I mean,
understood.
He's just not. So it is what it is. But
they could still win some games.
Yeah, they could. They're going to beat Carolina, and I do think that the optics.
You think they could beat Washington Sunday? I mean, they could.
I'm not going to say that they can. What's the spread? I didn't even see it.
Me neither. I haven't looked at that yet.
Again, Commanders by 3.5, 4, whatever. I'll take a look. Here's the problem potentially with this weekend. Right up until this year, the Commanders were the one team in the division the last couple of years Giant fans and Giants could look at and say, all right, we're right there with you.
Right.
We know Dallas is better and Philly usually knocks us around, but the Commanders either win a tight one, tie, lose a tight one, whatever. Well, now they've got everything that the Giant fan wishes that they had. They're 6-2. They got a plus 69 point differential. The Giants are like minus 48, and they got a dynamic quarterback who very well could win an MVP or two down the road. So, I know that, and I do respect Jermaine coming on. That is the most thankless role. Like, who the hell wants to come on, especially with you and I?
Yeah,
we're going to ask questions. And this guy, this young man committed to us at the beginning of the season. He's a stand-up, straight shooter. He's been good. He's not been perfect, but he shouldn't bear the brunt of all the tough Giant questions. And
he did do a good job for the most part last night against Watt.
He did, except the one. Yeah. He did. Yeah. And we're not paying him. He very easily could say, you know what, guys? No, I'm done with this. No, you guys, I'm not going to do this. Why do I need to subject myself to these questions? I'm done. You guys talk about the Giants without me. He's a man, and he comes on every week, and he does it the right way, and I truly respect that. But that doesn't mean that this season's good. It's not. The Giants are losing a lot. They're not scoring. Their quarterback didn't throw a touchdown last night. It's what it is.
All of their next 5 games, they're winnable football games.
Hit me with the 5. So Commanders,
home against
Panthers,
Washington, in Germany for Carolina.
Oh, that's right, Germany, yeah.
Home against the Bucs. I know the Bucs are good, but that's a winnable football game.
They have some injuries, the Bucs.
Yes.
Yep, go ahead.
At Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to beat them, but all right.
Dallas.
The Dallas going to win that game, but okay.
And home against New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what you get with them.
But, all right, let's say of those 5, I mean, 4-1, obviously you would need to try to get back into it. I don't think it's out of the realm based on the way they've played the majority of the year. They're right there in these games.
And good enough to lose.
I know.
But almost never good enough to win.
But that's the problem.